Hey guys, I just wanted to give you guys my suicide story because it is Suicide Awareness Month, and if I can get one person to not take their own life, then I've done my job and I've done my work or what the Lord wants me to do. Um 6 years ago, when my mom first passed away, probably about a month after she had passed, it was like all the stress and everything started to hit me at once. And it was probably about 1, maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. Um, I just took a gang of pills. I took a bunch of Benadryl, and then I think I took some Tylenol PM. And then I basically posted it on Facebook what I had done. And I know people say people do things like that out of attention, but I was just letting the world know like what had happened to me. If I died tonight, then this is what has happened. And my cousin and a friend of mine immediately called me and was like, no, don't do that. Like, that's not what your mama would want you to do. And if you kill yourself, you're not going to heaven where your mom is. Like, if you kill yourself, you're going to hell. Like, he just absolutely kept it real with me. And that at that time, I needed some real talk. And in my heart, I know that had I laid down and went to sleep that night, I wouldn't be here today because of what I had taken. And I'm just ever so grateful that I'm still here, because I look back at what I could have done and it almost scares me a little, because I can't believe I let the stress of it get to me, which it happens. You know, the stress of life kind of gets to you, especially after such a loss, such as your mom dying. Like, my mama was my best friend. My mama was, in a sense, kind of all I had here on earth at the time. Like, I love my father, don't get me wrong, but mama is mama. And it's like, there's nobody like mama. Even when you wrong, mama gonna have your back. And I could go to her and talk to her about anything. She had become my very best friend. I quit my job to take care of her because I knew that she didn't want to go into a hospice situation. She was in hospice at home, but I knew she didn't want to go actually to a hospice, because I feel like at a hospice or a nursing home, I feel like you're looking down the barrel of death, so to speak, and it's almost like of when it's gonna happen. And I knew she didn't want that, and I didn't want that for her. So I did what I had to do. Yes, it was hard. I had some depressed nights. I had a whole lot of depressed moments, but I did it because that was mama. And I learned a lot about me, myself. I learned more about her and how she was and why I am the way I am. And I just thank God for where I am now, because I feel like He took me through that so I could be able to hopefully bring somebody else through. And it's like almost like the people that He aligned me with after then, it was just amazing, because I'm still cool with those people to this day because of the fact. It's like just almost every person. One of my family friends, I call her my godmama, Anita. She lost her mom a whole bunch of years ago, so she knew the pain that I was feeling and what I was going through. And people can say, I know how you feel, or I don't know how you feel, but you do not know that feeling till you've lost your mama. Like, losing your mama is a whole nother feeling. Like, you can lose a sibling, you can lose your husband, you can lose your boyfriend, you can lose your best friend, but losing mama, it's a whole nother ball game. And I just learned that the people I thought would be there for me in my hard times were not there. And I thank God for my church family. My EBC family were everything in that moment. My Falcons family, they were everything in that moment. And people wonder why I'm so into and dedicated and why I love my Falcons family the way that I do is because they were there for me in one of the hardest times of my life. That first year of without my mama was one of the hardest. Now, I'm not going to say I don't still miss my mama, because I do. I still have those moments. But that first year, because literally like 2 weeks, 3 weeks after she died, it was Mother's Day. That first Mother's Day without her. Then came around my first birthday without her. My 25th birthday without my mama. And my mama always made a big deal out of my birthday. And I try to keep that up as I get older. And then that first holiday without my mama. That first New Year, her first birthday, not being here. And I understood after the fact as to why she did what she did when it came to her birthday that year. I was like, maybe it's true what they say, that people kind of know when they're getting ready to transition. And I just want to say, don't talk down on people. Don't look at people and think somebody thinks they're better than you. Because that person that you see that has a smile on their face today, you don't know what they're going home to deal with. And if you see somebody and you feel like they might need a hug, because there's been no moments where random people before COVID will walk up to me and like, you look like you could use a hug. And it was those days where I just needed a hug. And I just thank God for those people. And I just want to say that suicidal thoughts are real. Depression is real. And people need to think about the things that they do. Think about the things that you say before you say it. Because you never know what somebody else is going through. I'm sitting here today as a whole nother woman than I was 6 years ago. I say all the time, if you knew me 10, 15 years ago, you don't know me. Because I'm not the same person I was 10, 15 years ago. 10, 15 years ago, I probably would have been the mother of 4 or 5 kids. But I'm sitting here today as somebody else. People say I've changed since I started dating a certain somebody, but that's another video for another time. I just want to say that suicidal thoughts are real. We have to get around our babies and love on our kids, because bullying is real. I had a coworker whose 11-year-old daughter took her life due to bullying. I don't even want to begin to know how he feels as a father that his daughter saw no other way out than that to take her own life. And I don't want to see that from another child. So I want kids, if your child can't talk to you, because they may not want to talk to their parents. Every conversation isn't a parental conversation. Maybe they can talk to the cool auntie or the cool uncle or their best friend's mom. They just need that person that they can go to and just be them and be free. And that's what I'm going to do with my organization, Girls Being Girls Incorporated. Because I just want girls to sit down and be girls. I want to be that cool auntie, that cool big sister, that cool friend, to let them know you can talk to me, you can tell me. Because it was things that I would say to another friend's mama that I wouldn't say to mine at one point. It was things I would say to another friend's brother that I wouldn't say to mine. So it's just coping with. So that's it for today, guys. Just try to be a light in someone's life today. And that's it for today. That's your girl Lanza. Peace and blessings.